Hello and welcome to Facts Don't Care About Your Feelings Extra. This is Nathaniel Horton. I'm here with the panel from Episode 1 of this new podcast. I'd like to welcome Stephen Murray, Ethan Horton, Kimball Morris, and we are going to talk more about what our solution would be for keeping people's rights and at the same time decreasing gun violence. So for the first 10 minutes, we're going to keep our debate going on what we should do. And for the last 5, we need to compromise together to find a good, even middle ground to help keep people's rights and protect people at the same time. So I'm going to step away now, and y'all can go ahead and debate.
Okay, so like I discussed before, I believe that it should be an education. That way, if the anti-gunners do choose to create bans on certain firearms, that at least they have some sort of education on what they are banning. See, I believe that most people like Ethan believes that I should not be able to own an AR-15.
Question, what if you did this? What if you limited AR-15s to gun ranges? Like you can go to a gun range and shoot an AR-15, but you cannot own one. You can't own one, but you can go and still fire these weapons if you want to, because most people own them just to shoot them for fun. That's what most people, is it not?
Well, see, Kimball, the system already that we have is that we cannot own fully automatic guns. That is multiple bullets with one trigger pull. Mm-hmm. We already have that system. We can go to gun ranges and rent fully automatic weapons, such as,
I think you should
it's fully automatic weapons. I mean, I can't really name any off the top of my head.
So, Stephen, what qualifies as a semi-automatic weapon? Let's just go ahead and clarify that. Give a dictionary definition.
The dictionary definition, in my opinion, is the
in your opinion?
Not even in my opinion. The dictionary definition of a semi-automatic weapon is a one bullet per trigger pull, which that is almost any gun that we own.
So give some examples of guns that are semi-automatic.
AR-15 is semi-automatic. A Benelli shotgun is semi-automatic. Most models are semi-automatic. Pretty much any pistol that has a clip or any revolver is semi-automatic. Double-action revolvers are. Single action revolvers require you to pull the hammer back every time. So realistically, a semi-automatic weapon is something that to shoot the next round, all you have to do is pull the trigger each time. You don't have to do anything else to fire the next round other than pull the trigger.
Okay, so what would be qualified as a fully automatic weapon?
A fully automatic weapon is you pull the trigger once and multiple bullets come out at a higher rate of fire.
Okay, so what would be a gun that isn't any of those? It isn't semi-automatic. It isn't automatic. You kind of have to. Would it be like a manual style gun?
It would be something like manual, such as a lever action, where you actually have to move a lever to chamber the next round, or a pump action shotgun. Where you actually have to have a motion in between the next trigger pull to fire the next round. Even, like I said, single action revolvers. Most revolvers are semi-automatic, yet for single action, you have to pull that hammer back before you can fire the next round because there is not another round that's ready to shoot.
All right. So there are guns that are of pistol length. The smaller guns, you have the rifle length guns that are all fully automatic, that are all semi-automatic, and that are all single action, correct?
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what style gun it is. They can all be in this they can all be
Yes.
one of those 3 styles.
Yes.
You guys understand over there?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Now that we have that defined, what should we ban guns that have not already been banned? And if so, which guns and why?
Okay, so obviously, some guns fire faster than others.
Okay.
So we should set a limit for past this point of rate of fire.
Okay.
Past that point, you should not be able to own that gun because it can kill
That's fair.
Now,
many people in a short amount of time
That's
past
fair.
that point.
here's the
That's
problem
fair.
with that. You have different levels of
You can't include lever action because that depends solely on the person.
Okay, so
But
we'll
here's the
exclude
thing.
lever
You have-
action for this.
So, are you
debate.
saying you want to ban weapons based on their rate of fire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the problem
That's
I have
good,
with that
that's
is there are different levels of expertise with firearms. Like I said, there is a professional and
All right, but most
even
professionals
not
aren't
even
gonna go
professional.
shoot up
There's also
somebody.
amateurs that practice rate of fire tests with semi-automatics and lever actions. There's a whole cowboy action, such as lever actions community, where all they practice is trying to
We've
get their
said-
cowboy lever actions to shoot as
we've
fast as an
said-
AR-15 will.
We've said
they
we're
practice
excluding
that.
lever actions. We said we've excluded
But
lever
if you want to
actions.
ban guns based on rate of fire, are you going to ban a lever action because
Lever
a
actions
cowboy?
depends
Kimball, can
on
I
the
speak,
person.
please?
No.
Can I speak?
No,
please?
you may not.
I believe that if you're going to do a ban on rate of fire, are you going to ban a lever action rifle because somebody can fire, let's say, all 7 rounds in less than 10 seconds because they can do that?
If take the average gunfirer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is usually the kind of person who comes in and just into a
swings
public
around.
place and shoots a lot of people.
So you would say that gun-free zones create a good area, well, not a good area, but an area for people to commit mass shootings.
An
That would
area
be
of-
relatively easy.
Any public space is an area where someone
area
can
of
commit a
target.
mass shooting.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter
So-
from one place to another.
Since 1990, when Joe Biden introduced legislation creating gun-free zones in places like schools and public parks and stuff like that, the number of mass shootings has infinitely increased.
Okay, that's also because
All right,
gun
but you
ownership
can't
has
blame
infinitely
that.
increased.
No, because the gun ownership rate has been relatively steady for the population, increased since 1990.
And that's a lot of guns and a lot of people.
You're not looking at
People
the
can see that graph.
now.
The
imagine
big picture
that it's
is-
the guns per capita that I'm talking about here. The guns per capita have changed very slightly,
Okay.
and mass shootings have gone up. Is that something that has to be changed within our society or within gun owners?
It has to be changed in both. Because gun owners are the people that are obviously going to shoot things, right? And society isn't like if someone like
Guns kill people. There. Period. Boom.
Guns don't
Here's-
kill
here's-
people.
here-
People kill people.
Here's my opinion on all
right,
of this.
people kill
Here's
people.
my
All right, but guns
with
are
guns
the instrument
kill
kill people.
Right. I agree that people with guns can kill people. That's obviously the issue at hand. The problem I have is when every time we have a mass shooting, everyone looks to the AR-15 or any semi-automatic pistol, rifle,
doesn't
or
matter.
anything,
What gun-
and they
what gun
choose
did they
to
use?
ban it.
What
they
gun
choose
did
to
they
ban
use?
it. Then
What gun did they
most
usually use?
Most
What
shootings
gun did
are
they usually-
AR-15s.
Thank you.
But I have an AR-15. I've had it for several months, and I never once have thought about shooting anyone with it. Because
if guns truly kill people, pretend my keys are a gun. I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna put it in the ground, and it's gonna kill us.
a better solution
It's
is
gonna kill us. Oh no! I know someone's gonna die. Oh no! But you see, people kill people because of how their heart is.
Yes.
people with guns
People
kill
can.
people.
You can kill people with a knife.
Wait.
People, a bad person with a knife can kill as many people as a bad person with a gun if they try.
There was a stabbing in what was it? Asia, somewhere
China.
in Asia. China. 13 people were stabbed with a knife.
All right.
13.
Actually, like a bunch of people were stabbed. 13 people died from those
13
stabs.
people died.
And like 58 people died in an Orlando nightclub because somebody decided to go in there and shoot gay people.
Okay. To get off this
With a
topic,
gun.
to get off,
Not a knife,
to get
with a
off
gun.
this topic. Honestly, here's the thing. I don't have a problem with you saying you want to have regulations. I believe that there can be some regulations, such as the background check.
Something
but
needs to change.
There is going to be something that needs to change. I think that if someone's going to make regulations on it, that the other side needs to know what differences in calibers are, differences in capabilities are, and they need to be informed on the regulations that we already have. Have you ever shot a firearm, Ethan?
I have not.
Have you ever tried to apply to shoot a firearm
No.
with the background
I
checks?
don't want
What?
to.
Have you ever tried
City
though?
slicker.
No, I don't want to.
Have you ever considered how hard it is for me to go get a firearm if I were to go into a store right now?
No.
You're not old enough to go get one.
If I will be 18 in November, it will be legal for me to go buy a rifle.
So
Yeah, but
how-
you
so-
said right now.
So
You're not
you
old enough
have
right
guns, but you can't legally buy guns.
Yes.
No.
Does that make sense?
I believe it does. I have the right to protect myself just as much as you do.
Yeah, but you don't have
it is
the right
your
to buy
choice
the
whether or
guns
not
and
you
still
don't
have
want to. If you and your girlfriend are walking down down an alley and someone chooses to mug you, both of you could potentially become victims. If me and my girlfriend are walking down into an alley, it doesn't matter. Just me and my family. If we're walking down the alley and I'm 21 and I am a concealed carry holder, I will choose to draw my weapon and defend myself and my loved ones, and I will see only one loss of life instead of two. Because I am not a victim, and I choose not to count myself as a victim. I count myself as a protector and a fighter in the event that I have to be.
All right, but if you're not a victim, then you can get charged for murder, can't you?
No.
Yes.
If I'm defending myself,
Yeah, but then you're still a victim.
I will
if
tell
your defense.
Kimball, I'll tell the judge to read me my rights.
But you're defending yourself, so then
I'm
therefore you're a victim. Are you not?
All right, we have passed the 10-minute mark, so let's get to actually formulating a policy that we can implement that keeps people's rights intact while protecting others. So, I like Stephen's idea of educating people on both sides of the aisle about the firearms. I like Ethan's idea of putting more regulations on the firearms. Or Kimball's, whichever. Yeah. So if we combine the policy, do congressman training or something like that for about a week.
I wouldn't even say congressman. I would say that the issue is, since so many gun protesters are young, I would say that we need to educate people even in a high school level.
So introducing part of curriculum that would introduce people to guns, how to use guns safely, and the different kinds of guns, what they can do, and possibility like that.
I would say something.
And at the same time, have Congress pass laws, kind of adding more background checks, mental background checks.
Yes.
And putting more regulations on gun ownership, not banning any guns per se. Because if people are informed about the guns, know how to use the guns properly, then more people are going to be not committing those acts. Especially if you have to pass more background checks to get the guns in the first place.
In my opinion, that's the opposite of what would happen, because if you educate bad people on how to use the guns, then more people are going to die.
We're not going to educate people on how to operate firearms. We need to We need to educate people on terminology, such as the difference between semi-automatic, automatic, what a magazine is versus what a clip is. We need to educate people on the safety features that guns already have, and we need to educate people on the laws that we already have. So many people go out, and I've seen so many videos of protesters with the March for Our Lives say we need to ban fully automatic weapons, and they already are banned. They've been banned since 1990.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, so I think that's effective policy. So I'd like to thank you all. Any last comments on this whole scenario? Start with you, Kimball.
I want to take a nap.
Ethan?
I appreciate this debate.
Stephen?
I'm pro 2A, and I feel I always will be, because I want to defend my loved ones and myself and others.
All right, and I'm Nathaniel. Hopefully we can do this podcast again. It'd be a lot of fun, actually. So,
I kind of want to add Dave.
Oof. But this has been the Facts Don't Care About Your Feelings podcast extra, as we have talked today about the gun rights debate. I'd like to thank you all for listening, and please join us next time. Thank you.
All right.